that until you are accused of being a weird creeper by some of your quote unquote friends. Hi, hey, holy shit, it worked on the first time. Hi, we're live.
Oh my God.
Something else is going to explode terribly. I just know it.
Human daily caloric requirement is 1,500
Yes.
to 2,500,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the person.
Okay.
1 gallon of gasoline contains enough calories to satisfy the requirement for 12,400 to 20,600 days, or about 34 to 56.5 years. Ergo, if I chug a gallon of gasoline, I won't need to eat for the rest of my life. Strictly speaking, you're absolutely correct.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are 100% correct.
The rest
Hey,
of your
Jack,
life.
what kind of things are you going to test in your lab?
Oh my god.
Ah, cake pop, no.
Cake Pop, yes. Cake Pop does what it wants.
Cake pop got my iPad dirty. Now
Cake Pop does what it wants.
Now I have to lick my iPad. No, no, bad. I thought it would be better with 4 people on the screen. No, terrible mistakes were made.
What did you do? Did you break it?
No, I stretched the screen because I'm like, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, no, we're not doing that.
That's not. No, stop that. There. Oh, it's because it's maximized.
So I can do
Nah.
this now, and it'll be better because I
That's dumb.
cut out. There we go. Hey, there we go.
I keep forgetting that Windows won't let you snap things if they're maximized, which is really stupid.
Which is really irritating.
Yeah, considering I use most of my windows are always maximized. Cake pop.
Desktop computer can
Pop,
just.
pop.
I desperately.
That was a Katrine face.
I am beginning the process of when all money and house and everything is straightened up. Of probably by Christmas, getting a new rig because the one that I got from work, admittedly, I got what I paid for.
Well,
And you paid nothing.
Exactly.
so my desktop computer is fine. It just doesn't want to connect to the internet anymore.
Huh.
I have no idea. Like, and I tried a different, like, because I have to connect wirelessly because my modem is somewhere. Our
Somewhere.
router is somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I don't pay for it, and I don't like it. I give my landlord a sum of money, and he does all of the things. I just don't want to have to deal with it, basically.
And that's fair.
But so I connect wirelessly,
Hey, Josh.
and
Is there any way you could scoot that way a little bit for me to your yep, because I want to
Think so?
Yep, I want to move this off the screen a little bit, and there we go. Cool. Because I have chat and stuff on the left hand side of the screen, and I want to have it visible.
Gotcha.
Appreciate it.
but yeah, so the thing that I was using to connect to the internet didn't work for a while. I bought a new one. The new one didn't work for a while. The old one now works again, but it only works up to 8 megabits per second.
Oof.
So I've been using my laptop for like everything, except that this seems fine on my desktop, but I can't load anything else, just this.
This seems fine.
You need to just bring your entire desktop with you to Florida and pay Raul to look at it.
Right? Or just tell the government to hurry up.
Yeah. Hurry up. I need to get married so my husband can fix my computer.
Yeah, basically, I think he's the one that broke it, so he can fix it.
Fair.
I mean, he didn't break it, okay? He cleaned it while he was here, and since he left, I can't work. It doesn't work. So I'm just gonna assume it was him.
That's a
So that he can fix it.
that's a good assumption. Always blame the Kiwi.
Yeah.
You are listening to.
I know you can't probably say too much sensitive stuff on the internet, but in a very generic way, have you received
Hello?
any updates?
I have received notification that it was received,
Okay.
which I received about a week after it was received.
Great. Hi, Coop.
So
Goop overall. Goop.
it's a special, very long process.
Oh,
That
we were wrong, Monica, by the way. Bethesda was after Microsoft.
Oh, okay.
Ubisoft was the next day.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Never mind. We'll get there. Never mind.
Hey, CJ, Coop is talking to you.
Okay. Hi, Coop. What's up? What up, homie?
Man, it feels like forever since we've had a Coop in the chat.
Right?
It's true. My left eye will not stop watering. I hate it.
I'm still not over that, dude. Neither are we.
None of us are.
It was rough, even for me. Like, he went out like a badass, though. So,
Also, Monica, it totally looks like your shirt says Coop.
Oh,
Because
that's
it's
true. It does look like it
really
says Coop.
does.
Co-op. Okay.
It's co-op, yeah. It's on the front. It says this is a co-op game. On the back, it says, "But I'm winning."
So it's you and Maz's relationship in a shirt.
In a shirt, yeah. That's. So I got this at PAX Australia. So it's done by Penny Arcade.
That's appropriate. Nice.
So, but yeah, it's one of my favorite sweatshirts. Actually, the specific one that I got at PAX Australia was a size too small, so I ordered one that is the same in the right size. So.
By the way, Coop, I warned you guys in Discord that I should probably be banned from DMing. So, I mean, there's that. There's no getting around those ones. I knew what I was doing when I threw those guys into the fight, unlike with the weird Blood Witch earlier in the campaign. Like, I've never used the spell Circle of Death before. What do? Ooh, a lot of damage. Oh god, it kills when it drops things to 0 hit points.
Yeah, about that.
I totally didn't read that part. Oh no.
Whoops.
Or else this campaign would have went a very different way.
Completely.
I think that Circle of Death killed. I think it killed Zatash. I know it killed Katrine. I think it killed Rickus. Yeah, it killed those three.
Did you ever put up that one thing, CJ, from
No,
that
I
recording
didn't, on
session?
purpose. I did not on purpose.
Well, I mean, I guess now you could.
Yeah, especially after what was revealed later in our last recording session.
Yeah. I love the...
I know not of what you speak.
Nobody does. Technically, only 2 people now know of what I speak. That's in character, anyway. Those are the 2 people that lived through that. Well, no. Actually, only 1 person remembers it now. Yeah, only 1 person remembers it now.
Well, and then 1 other person heard it talked about.
Yeah, but only 1 person lived through that. Well, went through that. Yes. He's being very weird today.
Less mini-sode, Coop, more bonus content. It is impossible for... I can't say any more, Coop, without spoiling what it is. So, and because it's not a thing that has been posted yet, I am not going to do that.
You're doing memory stuff? Kinda? But not really? We'll talk more about it after everything is said and done.
Do you suffer from long-term memory loss? I don't remember.
Let's just say 1 person changed drastically in that one thing because we were collectively oofing.
Yeah, we all basically were like, no.
Shit.
There are very few things that I actually sit down and write. That was one of those things to fix things. All right, cool. We should do a show.
We should, especially because Chadwick Boseman is going to play Yasuke, the first African samurai.
Cool. I mean, I'm not arguing. I'll watch Chadwick Boseman do anything. All right. All right. Of course, I've tested this audio we're recording, but nevertheless, everybody make noise at once. Cool. All right, so we are gonna do a thing in 3, 2. You are listening to a podcast of the Geek IO Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek IO holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast.
Geeking out across the globe. Hold on to your butts. It's the Geek IO Show.
The Geek IO Show.
It always is, Bella. It always is. Hello and welcome, everybody. That was weird. I'm 12. Hi, it's the Geek IO Show, episode number 298.
Dun, dun, dun.
Recorded Thursday, the 13th of June, 2019. I am CJ Legion. CJ colon Legion, which sounds even worse.
Ugh, colon legions. Ugh. They have ointments for those.
I am Monica. I'm Monica. Now I'm in Smash Littlefield.
I'm Carrie. Zelda.
And I'm Josh, Reeve 3.
If you can't figure out what we're talking about in this episode, you guys. This little video game thing happened this week, and we're going to talk about that in the second half of the show.
Yeah, little tiny thing.
Itty bitty thing.
Small one.
Yeah.
Well, it's only 3 of them, so I
Yes.
mean,
It's only spread out over a whole week now. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, it's weird. I like it, but it's weird.
That is weird.
Coop in the chat. I wish I played Zelda. We're not stopping you, Lum. Did I just call you Coop? I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Yeah, nobody's stopping you,
They've
dude.
been dating long enough. They're a single unit.
Go play Zelda. There are very many myriads of ways to play every Zelda game now, most of which actually legal.
Does this mean that their ship name is Loop?
Oh, that's cute.
Zelda exists everywhere, dude. You don't need a Switch.
Yeah, you can just. Here's a good intro to Zelda. Download the Link to the Past randomizer. Nothing could go wrong with this plan.
Yeah. How to get that poor girl to hate Zelda for the rest of her life. Or just be like, happen to get the Master Sword right off the rip and, you know.
Not actually possible the way the coding works, but
Yeah, well.
I mean, I suppose you could technically force it, but the sword is always found in stages.
I
so.
mean, we don't discuss that, Lum, but you're not incorrect. Though I don't know, it would be very interesting to see how that stacks up to a first-time player for a. Never mind. Yeah, you should play it and get back to us. Let us know what you think. You should play Zelda 2 first, though.
Maybe you
Yeah.
should seriously
At least it's not the
start-
wand of Gamelon.
Oof.
I mean, so
you should just start with Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
I started with
yes.
Zelda games.
Because I mean,
and
really, that's where the plot begins. Like of
Yeah.
everything that's going on. Like before then, it was 8-bit things. It's dangerous to go along. Take this.
yeah.
Old man, stop trying to get me to touch your dick.
But that Ocarina of Time is a good place to start. Which I mean, you can get absolutely legally on. I mean, N64 obviously, if you want to go back and get a retro console, 3DS, GameCube,
So good.
Wii.
I don't think the Wii has it. I know you can pick up a copy of Master Quest at M&M down the street from us for like not a lot of money.
Yeah, which is a good investment, but that means you have to get a GameCube.
Well, if she
Well,
already has a
or-
GameCube.
That's true.
Or if you have a Wii, you can play the GameCube game on the Wii.
That's true. That's right. That might have been what I was thinking about when I played Master Quest. It was on my Wii.
Yeah.
I played Master Quest on my Wii. Yeah. So we do
great.
things.
Thanks, Twitch, for the email that I said telling me that I logged into my Twitch account.
We should talk about stuff that we've been doing this week.
Gadgets, games, and gizmos.
Indeed, this is Gadget Games and Gizmo, where we talk stuff about the things that we've been doing. So I'll go first, because I haven't been doing much. So, like we discussed a couple of weeks ago, I've been playing the demo of Master Blaster Zero and Master Blaster 2 Zero. Dear God, I fucking love those games. They're really good. If I had the money, I'd buy them, but the demos are satisfying enough. So, yay, good demos.
I had a demo of Amplitude for the PS2 that had like 3 songs on it, and I played the fuck out of that demo CD for literal years.
Oh yeah, I played because back in the day, for you young people, they used to have CDs that would have like dozens of demos on them for the PlayStation and PlayStation 2.
Yeah, and you get them in magazines.
Yeah, exactly. The magazines are those things that you used to hear about, kind of like newspapers, but about a certain topic, and they were glossy.
You can still see them in the waiting rooms of doctors' offices sometimes.
Exactly. But I played Metal Gear Solid 2 non-stop on demo to a point where I could literally do that first stage with my eyes closed and not get caught once. Because I was a very poor child, and that was all I could afford was free. But yeah, they give you 2 stages each on both of those demos, so they're very good, very fun. So we bought a house, and you know what really sucks when you buy a house?
A lot of
When
things.
you find out it's haunted.
No. Talking about Metal Gear Solid. I mean, I'm always willing to talk Metal Gear Solid. Hi, hobby. But when you look at all of your windows and you didn't pay attention to the windows when you were doing the inspection, it's not on the inspection. They're all either broken or don't open or don't close properly once open. And especially when the AC is working and then it isn't. One of the
Yep.
One
Pay
of
in
the
the-
downsides to Florida is very hot weather in the summer.
Yeah, it's always fun finding that stuff right after you buy a house, like getting our electricity turned on and being served a notice from Duke Energy saying, "Hi, your house will burn down if you don't do this like $1,000 repair now."
Oh, fun.
I had friends who bought a house last summer, and then over the winter they had to get their furnace filled up with heating oil like 3 times, which is kind of ridiculous. Usually you get it filled up like once or twice a year. And so they actually had to get the entire furnace replaced less than 6 months after they moved into the house.
Thankfully, we have a friend whose boyfriend is a HVAC person.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And he's helping us out a lot. What's the name of the company, Rachel? Because I really want to give them a shout out. Is it MGM? Okay. MGM Air Conditioning and Refrigeration here in Largo, Florida. They're not doing it for free. I just fucking love them because they are awesome and helping literally saving lives. Can I just rent forever? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm done with that life because my mortgage payment is a hell of a lot less than my rent payment.
Is it feasible? Depends on what you want. So basically, when you're renting, you are not investing money, you are spending it. You are straight up spending it, but you don't have to worry about all of the upkeep, the insurance. I mean, you should have renter's insurance, but you don't have to have homeowner's insurance. You don't have to pay property taxes because your landlord pays those. There are certain bills that your landlord pays. If something breaks, your landlord fixes it. On the flip side of that, if you want to paint your walls, your landlord might let you. Your landlord might say, fuck you.
If you have a dog and suddenly the landlord's like, I don't want you to have a dog anymore, you have to get rid of the dog because the landlord tells you to.
Yeah, and real estate, I mean, obviously the real estate market goes up and down because all markets go up and down, but generally over the long term, if you take care of it, a house will increase in value. So it's an investment rather than you just spending money. For example, you know, Josh and I, like CJ having to fix his air conditioning, us having to fix our fuse box, we had to pay for that ourselves. But also, CJ can put whatever goddamn windows he wants to in that house.
Exactly.
He can rip up all the carpet and do whatever he wants to the floors.
Yep.
Josh and I could put solar panels on Robot House. If we were renting this house, we wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I would be putting solar panels on mine, but the roofing of mobile homes before 1990 cannot sustain it, sadly.
Basically, home ownership is more responsibility, more freedom, and leasing is more spending, more ease of not having to worry about shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, each have their ups and downs. But I mean, really, if you could find a house that you want that is within your price range and you have the money available and the credit available if you need to, do the thing.
Yeah. Because owning a home will do wonders for your credit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I mean, so basically where the payoff is comes down to what you want. When you know you're going to be in an area for a while and you've got that kind of money, personally, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. On the upside of this, because I am a gigantic geek and I love learning new things, he's going over the HVAC stuff and I'm taking all of it in, like to a point where I'm just researching HVAC technologies and things like that because I want to and because I found it very interesting. Not that I would ever do anything because you need licenses and things like that to make things work, but it's very interesting to learn new things.
Indeed. And it's nice to be able to do little stuff when you're able to, or at least being able to know, like you said, like knowing what the technician is talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I know he wouldn't, but in case in the future, if he gets hit by a bus, don't get hit by a bus. Scott, I love you.
Or hell, if he's on a 2-week vacation and your air conditioning goes out day 1 of his vacation.
Exactly. I can get in and say, hey, this looks like it blew again. Cool, that's going to cost me $15, and it's right here. I can just pop this panel open and put it in. But speaking of learning new things, I have been introducing Rachel to the magical world of JoJo's.
Oh, dear.
Because it's been forever, and I haven't watched any of the new season yet. Well, no, correction. I watched about 5 episodes in the new season. Then I got busy with stuff and I fell off of the train. And it's on Adult Swim in the dub, and I love the dub voices. They're fucking tastic. But they have all the way back to Diamond is Unbreakable, which is series 2, where you get introduced to the iconic JoJo and Dio. And I've been watching, and I never watched those. Like, I watched season 3 all the way 3 and 4 all the way through, but I never watched 2. So it is fun going back through and looking at these. I'm like, oh man, how far they came and how awesome this was. Rachel wasn't in until, and I'm not joking, the end credit scene came around, and it's just Walk Like an Egyptian, very stylized. And that's old Rachel on it. Don't forget I was dancing with the baby. Yes, you were dancing with the baby. But once I kind of sat down and explained to her, hey, all of this is really, like, dude created this because he loved the Speed Racer dub, so he wanted to make stuff that gave that kind of feeling. That's the reason why Jonathan just all of a sudden just randomly screams, "Oh my god!" when he doesn't need to. And there's a whole lot of and it's just great. It's so good. I fucking love JoJo so much. It is just, but the thing is, it's very violent and very sweary. So if those two things turn you off, then at least Diamonds is Unbreakable are. The next ones don't get, the later ones just get more weird and less hyper violent. A dude gets his face chopped off in Diamond is Unbreakable.
Yuck.
Yeah, like literally his face chopped off. Like
Just his face?
Just his face. Yeah. a little blade goes right through his face. I'm like, oh, okay. This is what we're here for. Cool. The first season seems to be more trying to be horror every so often. And I think they definitely got away from that later in the series. Because a person dies with worms popping out of their skull.
Gross.
Yeah. Later one is just brilliant. But all of it's so much fun. Finishing up our movie pass for the month of June, Rachel and I saw Dark Phoenix. Hey guys, don't see Dark Phoenix.
Don't see Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
I didn't plan on seeing a movie where the female star is not allowed to have agency in her own movie.
I was not excited about that movie from the minute they announced it, and
I was, because they had done decently with the rest of the movies in the season, in the series of these reboots. Even Apocalypse, while not good, wasn't terrible.
I mean, it wasn't really Apocalypse, so
Fair. I mean, Isaac
Apocalypse
Goose-
is one of my favorite villains.
Yeah, well, I mean, for good reason.
So it was really hard for me to enjoy it, but I don't really enjoy any of the reboot ones.
Really? Not even First Class?
Nah, I have a real problem with James McAvoy. And he's in just too much of it.
Because, I mean, it's pretty much named after him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you want James Minovoy?
Yes,
Yeah, Rachel.
I would
Yeah,
prefer Minovoy.
Rachel. Why? Hi, Rachel.
Because I'm a butthead.
Yeah, clearly.
So I'm going to say something because he's ignoring me because he doesn't want me to say this.
Also, I'm kind of recording.
Well, yeah, that too. It was bad enough for me to say. I'm not sure if that was worse or Brightburn was worse. Like, seriously. I was not a fan. Look, there's a studio behind me.
CJception.
Yes, Moha.
And stuff that needs to be backed. But yeah, no, I was definitely not impressed at all. And I freaking loved that universe and just no. Like Sophie Turner couldn't even save the movie for me.
See, I don't particularly like her either, but I didn't hate her. I didn't hate that casting. I just wasn't impressed with it.
I loved that casting, personally.
Yeah, I have a thing for Sophie Turner. She's one of the few redheads.
The problem is you can't, cast a good actor in a shitty movie and expect it to be a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, certain aspects of the writing were just you kind of sit there and go, why would sure, why not? We'll go with it. And there was a couple scenes where I just looked at CJ and I went, this is not how it should be going. This is not how this character would handle this.
Well, that's the thing is, like, even from watching the trailers, I could tell that she is not an active participant in her own movie. She exists as a plot device.
That's exactly it. It's like Phoenix is supposed to be a strong woman.
She fucking tanked Thor.
Like, she is.
Which is why starting with Dark
Professor
Phoenix
X
is the problem.
with her mental capacity.
What was that, Josh?
Which is why starting with Dark Phoenix is the problem.
Yeah, like that is an issue that both these universes have had. I understand that they want to do the Dark Phoenix because that is what people remember about like the X-Men animated and everything like that, and I can respect that. But it's something that they built up to over years.
Yeah, it wasn't the first thing that he wrote. Sorry.
You have to build up to that. You have to give that kind of thing credence because you can't have Jean Grey show up and then in the next movie she's Phoenix. And certainly not Dark Phoenix.
No, they needed to build her up slowly. They needed to build her as a character, make you actually care about her as a character. Because frankly, if you don't care about her, the transformation into Dark Phoenix is not a big deal. It's, oh, look, it was a hero that went off the deep end.
CJ
Whoa.
reverb, why? Because Rachel's on her phone.
Yeah, CJ's there. That's why there's reverb. I am trying to mute myself in between, so there's that.
This wasn't planned, or else I would have given her something to actually, not have me reverbing.
Because I'm a butthead.
But yeah, it's bad. It's very bad. I wanted it to be better than it was. I wasn't expecting great things out of it, but I just wanted something decent, and it failed to give that.
About all I can say is I could keep my eyes open through the whole thing, unlike Brightburn.
That's fair.
Yeah, one of my coworkers went to see it and said that he didn't hate it, but he wished that he had the 2 hours back.
Yes. Using the Tito scale of 5 is if I enjoyed myself and if I recommend singing it. No, like
3.
I would 4.
I wouldn't actively get up to shut it off if it came on my TV, but I definitely wouldn't be wasting 2 hours on it if it was on my TV and I had the option of changing the channel.
I mean, I enjoy the casting. I don't hate James McAvoy. Sophie Turner is still a really good Jean Grey if she was given the opportunity to be good. Like the acting is as good as they allow it to be, and they are allowed to be. But yeah, we need. This is the last movie of the Fox X-Men, so maybe moving forward now that Disney owns them, because especially in today's climate, they're not going away.
Nope.
I mean, my only hope is that they're going to have to scrap basically all of the Fox stuff because the last thing that they did with the X-Men that was good was somewhere back in the 80s. Sorry, the cartoon was really the last one that I enjoyed. There's been certain aspects, like I love, certain characters, and they've made them endearing, and characters that you want to see change and evolve and develop. But they're gonna have to reboot it if they want to get any money out of that
No,
franchise.
they're gonna have to reboot everything. Like that's the issue. Is Fox is messed up a lot.
They're gonna have to do it without Wolverine.
Yeah,
Have fun with that.
Hugh Jackman's out. Like he is done.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, your money bags there is deuces, because he ain't getting any younger guys. I mean, he still could probably pull off the role if he really wanted to.
But he got his swan song.
He's done. He's like, nope, I'm good. I'm good.
They did Logan, and now he's done.
Yeah. And Logan was fucking brilliant.
Is it bad that I still haven't seen it?
They changed some things that I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind, but that's just because I love comic books. And
Nah, I think they did the Old Man Logan story better than Old Man Logan did. I fucking hated the Old Man Logan story.
I mean, I just don't. There was one thing that they changed, like the blame of killing all the X-Men. They shifted that blame onto Xavier, and I didn't really understand why they did that.
It's because they wanted him to have a part, considering they just shafted him in X-Men 3 and didn't have a good reason for him to come back in Days of Future Past.
I mean, yeah. But they didn't really need it anyway. I mean, he was part of it, but also just not in the way that he was a part of it in that movie. That's all.
Coop says X-Men Cinematic Universe are more Disney Plus. So it would not surprise me if we did not get another, because Disney is really good about realizing where their money is, if we did not get another X-Men animated, because both the X-Men animated series and X-Men Evolution did very well. It also would not surprise me if we get more of that, if it didn't go more along the lines of animated movies. But the rumors are, especially with Captain Marvel, is we are going to get Secret Wars, of which the X-Men are a massive part of. Secret Wars is the next big movie arc. There's no reason why they can't bring in the X-Men to be able to take a part in that, even if it is a relatively small part.
But in doing that, that would give them the perfect opportunity to reboot the entire universe.
Yes.
So
Right.
And they wouldn't do go that route.
Well, and they wouldn't have to do everybody's origin story because we know everyone's origin story. I think that's where I'm at with superhero movies in general, is that we know everybody's origin story. I don't want another one.
Are you ready to see Edward Cullen's parents die next year? Because you know we're gonna get it.
Worst
like if
Batman ever.
Yeah. I just hate it. I just am so sick and tired of the origin story of any superhero. All of them. They're boring.
Yeah, they really are. Like, even Captain Marvel's was a little sketchy, and the only reason why it was redeemable is because Brie Larson and Nick Fury are incredibly good, amazing actors. Mm-hmm. If they didn't have that, if they decided to not have Samuel L. Jackson and Captain Marvel, I don't know if it would have been as good as it was, obviously, except for Brie Larson being amazing and awesome.
Right.
Well, part of the thing is because they also did so many callbacks to so many movies that we already, as a fandom, have love for.
Well,
the fact that they made all of those callbacks made that origin story more cohesive, which they have a real problem with making these cohesive in the universe as of late.
Yeah, but I mean, also, not a lot of people know Captain Marvel's origin story, and even though this was different than what's in the comics, they couldn't just say, "Hey guys, you know who Captain Marvel is." Kind of like they couldn't say, "Hey guys,
Shazam!"
Just like they couldn't say, hey, you know who the Guardians of the Galaxy are, because there's like 12 people that read that comic book. I'm one of them. I want my Venom Guardian. Tom Hardy Venom Guardian win.
Nope, no Venom Guardian for you. Sorry.
All right. Hey, Monica, what have you been up to?
Oh, so many things.
Since we went on a diatribe about X-Men movies. Except for Age of Ultron. Fuck Age of Ultron.
So I have been, it's summertime, so I get to read for fun. So I've been doing some of what I call bubblegum reading, which is like very not cerebral fiction. I don't have to think about it too hard. I've been doing a lot of wedding adulting. We have the venue, and we have the photographer, and I have got a dress. Those are things. I actually have to go drive down to Portland, which is 2 hours south of where I live, to pick up my dress tomorrow. So that's something. And I can't have it altered until like September, which means I have to bring the dress back down to Portland to get it altered. And I'm really annoyed about it. So irritated. I am also starting some knitting that is also wedding related. And as far as video games go, I have been playing Dead Cells finally.
Yes.
I got it on my Switch and I can't stop playing it.
Yes.
I also bought today Hollow Knight for the Switch, which is on sale. It's like half off right now. It's only like $7.50. Usually it's like $15. And I'm really looking forward to playing that. I've been wanting to play that since it came out since I saw the demo of it at PAX Australia in 2015. And I haven't played it yet. So I'm very slow with video games. I've also been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, and I even picked up Stardew Valley again because
of course you did.
Of course I did. I am the horticultural rhinoceros. I can't keep plants alive in real life, so I want to virtually keep them alive. So, but yeah, those are the things I've been doing. That was a very quick. There's a lot more, but that's the Cliff Notes version. I've driven down to Portland. Tomorrow will be the third time in 3 weeks.
How far is Portland from your place?
It is
No.
It's like 200 and something miles round trip.
Damn. Because there's some cool stuff in Portland I wanted to check out, but that's too far.
It is too far. Yeah. So Portland is, it takes 2 hours to drive there. And the way that I have to go, because the reasons I've been driving down to Portland involve my grandmother. So I have to drive down to Belfast, which is an hour south of where I am. And then I have to drive down to Portland, which is 2 hours away from where she lives. It's also 2 hours away from where I live. So if I just drove to Portland, it would take 2 hours. But because I have to drive to Belfast first, it takes 3. Anyway. Oops. I can just tell it that I wanted to go home. Yeah, so getting to the Portland airport is 132 miles.
Okay.
From my house. So yeah. Getting there through my grandmother's house. Oh, let's move that there.
There we go.
It's 146 miles. So.
Yeah. No.
It's a long day. Luckily, when I come back, I don't have to also drive through Belfast, so I can just go straight home.
Okay.
Because my aunt and uncle have been buying plane tickets out of Portland and not out of Bangor because it's cheaper. But somebody has to drive her to the airport.
Fair.
So it's just not better for me.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just kind of hoping it wasn't stupid far. So be like, hey, Rachel, we can go check out these things that we want to check out in Portland. But
I mean, you could.
But there's also a fair chance that there could be approximately 87 feet of snow on the ground.
Well, okay, so I picked early December on purpose because it is not generally very snowy in the beginning of December. Usually it has
true.
Usually it has snowed, but it's actively not 6 feet of snow dropping every day.
See,
So-
what's going to happen is it's going to be completely bare, and then the boats are going to show up in Maine. And no matter what time of year it is that the boats get into Maine, the second they step foot on the tarmac, it's just going to go whoop, and there's
Yeah, just 6 feet of snow is just going
ground.
to fall from the sky like that. Fucking ice mages!
We've had a couple of snowstorms that felt like that, even though it did take overnight, but it was like nothing to 3 feet of snow all
Yeah.
in one night. And it's like, what is this? What is
I
this?
had that happen in Michigan. Like, I've seen that once in my life. And if you've never seen like a fuck ton of snow in one place before, like having that happen is the weirdest thing. Like, we sat at the kitchen table, and because it was snowing, and we're an old woman and two Floridians, nobody's driving in that. We're sitting at the kitchen table waiting for the pizza guy to show up and just watching the level of snow pile up on the grill outside, because she had one of those built-in grills on the back porch. And we're just like watching it get higher and higher and higher, and watching the pile fall off and have to start over again. It's so weird.
Oh, Coop says that he saw my my finished thing on Instagram. Yes, I finished a shawl that I have been working on since school ended, and I finished it the other day, and I haven't
working on it all the
actually
time.
washed it yet. But yeah, so I did finish a shawl, so that was good. I think it's the first shawl I've finished all year. I think I've knit 2 hats and that one shawl, and that's all I've knit, which is a very small amount for someone who usually knits.
It's a shawl thing.
Consistently.
Such a shawl time knitting.
But yeah, Portland is kind of a trek. It is definitely like a day trip kind of a thing for me.
Okay. Noted. Thank you. I mean, of course, you're the main attraction, but hey.
But I mean, if you it's better to have multiple things to do.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly
because you're not gonna want to drive to MDI in December because there's nothing open, and that's like the main attraction in Maine is going to Bar Harbor, and that's it. But it's gonna be December, so everything on the island is closed.
No, yeah.
Like literally closed. It is entirely seasonal because nobody wants to drive to MDI in the winter.
Kind of like planning to go to Cape Cod for Christmas and going, no, they're closed the week after Christmas, so that's not going to work.
TIL, that is Mount Desert Island. Location, Atlantic Ocean. Population, 10,424 as of 2000, where Acadia National Park is.
Yes. That is the one.
Ooh, Acadia National Park. I bet you they have a Girl Scout badge.
Probably not in December.
Hey, kid, go find these animals. They're all hibernating.
It's the perfect time to find them.
Actually,
they won't kill
that's my capstone for the degree that I am pursuing right now is GPS tagging baby bears in the
do.
In like the winter-ish. It's like I think it happens in March. Still winter in Maine.
Oh, good. So when they're waking up and hungry.
They're definitely still asleep.
Well, you figure it was
But
snowing up there in like
Yesterday.
May.
yeah. So basically, I chose December 7th because it's early enough in winter that not a million feet of snow has dropped yet, And also, if I don't do it in December, I have to wait until April.
That's fair. By the way, Monica, I have to
Yeah.
appreciate you for that day. I'm going to say this on air for no particular reason, but that's my grandmother's birthday.
Aw.
So that actually makes me very happy that I'm going to be doing something so positive on her birthday.
Aw, that's great. So I actually realized that that's the anniversary of was it D-Day? I can't remember. Hold on.
That's the Pearl Harbor bombings?
Oh yeah, Pearl Harbor bombings. So I was very happy to do something positive on that day instead of
I mean, this is coming from the person whose birthday is August 6th.
Yikes.
Every year my birthday is an oof.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a friend whose birthday is 9/11.
Oof.
yeah.
Birthday oofs are the worst.
Yeah.
Hey, CJ,
Yeah.
That's the
you had friends that got married on September 11th.
Oh, they did that on purpose.
Oh, I know. But then they probably got divorced 4 years later.
the real reason, so like I didn't do it on purpose to pick December 7th, but the other date was that following Saturday, but that would be like 2 days before my finals.
Oh, yeah.
And I would probably murder people. I would actually turn into Bridezilla. I would grow in size and become like Godzilla like.
So wait, instead of biting ankles, you would actually be able to bite our faces. That would be bad.
Yeah. so I decided not, especially when I have a really heavy load of math, physics, entomology, and an anthropology class next semester. I don't think that I need that added.
Ouch.
No, you don't need all
Ouch.
that.
Do you really hate your life that much taking on all of those classes at once?
UMaine does.
UMaine hates me. They really do.
But who? But you mean who?
I would. If they were offering biology 200, I wouldn't have to take entomology and physics in the same semester. But they're not. They only offer that in the spring, which means that I have to wait to take it in spring, which means I can't take the second year courses for wildlife ecology until next fall, and then I can't do the May semester until the following. I'm really annoyed, if you couldn't tell.
So, see, Monica, I told you when you filled out those residency forms that they would exact a blood price. This is how you're paying it.
This is exactly how I'm paying it. But I did make the dean's list this past semester,
Woot.
so I'm very excited about it. I've also got I'm pretty sure I'm going to do pretty well next semester, even though I have a lot of difficult courses. Part of entomology is collecting and displaying bugs. So I get to collect a bunch of bugs this summer. That's my, I also think I'm going to have a bug that no one else in my class will have, which I think is going to be fun.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to go collect a Madagascar hissing cockroach.
From Madagascar?
From your old work?
From my old work, yeah. So I used to work at a children's museum here in town, and they have like a section where they have like reptiles and bugs and stuff that they use for teaching. And they have a colony of Madagascar hissing cockroaches. And so I'm going to take one.
Neat.
And
Would you like
walk in
the,
and grab
state
it?
bug of Florida?
No, I don't want any bugs from Florida. No, thank you.
We just put them all in the same cage and see what happens.
I really have to try and catch a black fly, and I really hate black flies. I think they're gross, and also they bite me a lot, and I don't like it. I'm very attractive to bugs, apparently.
I mean, Kia does love you.
And kiwis, yes. Kiwis are very attracted to bugs, so maybe I'm just a bug.
A love bug.
If it
Or
makes you
some
feel better,
rhinoceros beetle?
Ah. It's the weirdest Bug's Life sequel ever. Maybe I'm a bug.
Maybe I'm a bug. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, so that's been my life lately. That and working in a candy store, answering stupid questions.
Is your
I-
milk chocolate milk based?
I had I had a woman tell me, she's like, oh, I need a box of chocolates. And I was like, all right, all of our chocolates are over here. And I showed her where they are. And she goes, I need a box that doesn't have any chocolate.
Uh-huh.
So did you just give her all white chocolates?
Yeah, what she wanted was all white chocolate like that. So, but I need it to not have any chocolate in it. I just kind of looked at her for a second, like, are you going to clarify? Because I can't handle this question.
I can't have the dark chocolate. It can't be black. I'm ready to keep it chocolate.
So my work today, I had a guy call in. Hi, your website and your brochures are really confusing. Can you go through every product you offer and explain it to me?
Mm. Ouch.
And my supervisor made me do it.
Mm.
It took a half an hour.
Wow. That's so stressful. And just terrible.
Very terrible.
I got lots of brownie points for doing it though.
Yeah, that's
Like all my coworkers who came into the office were like, "Holy shit, you're good at that."
Oh man. I guess on that note, what have you been up to, Carrie, other than going through a million
Lenses. Like I swear to God, if he asked me to teach him about lens materials, I would have flipped my shit. So I work for a wholesale ophthalmic laboratory. So we make about 1,000 pairs of glasses a day. And because my health will not allow me to physically make the glasses in my current state, instead, my job is to sit in the front office and be the communication between the lab and the doctor's offices who order them. And so I'm not talking to patients all day. I'm talking to opticians and doctors who want to know when their patient's glasses will be in, what type of lens they should give to this patient, how much blue light does this lens filter, what type of design is this progressive lens. And so that's what I'm dealing with all day. And so that is what that was me describing all of our different lenses and how to use them, which was all kinds of fun. But then I got home after my doctor's appointment today and found out that we finally found out what's wrong with our solar panels. Nothing wrong with the panels themselves. It's a very specific piece of equipment between the panels and the inverter that will be fixed tomorrow, and we will be back to generating Z power. And so that's good. That's getting taken care of. It's nice to not have to worry about that anymore. And then, but we got home, and Josh had bought a little game called Cadence of Hyrule and made sure that it was installed last night.
Nice.
So once I had had my required pillow time, as I do after my doctor's appointments, we fired it up, and it has couch co-op for 2 players.
Nice.
So we got to play it together, and I kind of stepped on his toes a little bit, but we had fun. There's a stupid tingle puzzle that's just terrible.
Of course there
It's not
is.
even that hard. It's just that the game is really finicky about what it'll accept and what it won't.
And it's also Tingle.
It's also Tingle, yeah. But the problem is you have to do that puzzle to get a progression item.
Yeah.
But holy shit, you guys, that game is so fun. Like when it first came out, I thought it was, or when it was first announced, I thought it was just going to be straight Crypt of the Necrodancer with a Zelda skin on it. But it's not. It is a literal hybrid between the old school Zelda games like Link to the Past and Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Nice.
You only have to follow Necrodancer rules when there are enemies on the screen. And missing a beat won't hurt you. It just causes you to lose your streak, so you don't do as much damage. And then once everything is killed, you get diamonds, and then you can run around the map as you see fit. But yeah, so we played as, so you start as Cadence. First player starts as Cadence, and then they can pick whether they want to go visit Zelda or visit Link. And because Josh loves me, he chose to go visit Zelda. So we are now questing through Hyrule as Cadence and Zelda. And I still don't have Zelda's other spell. I don't know how we missed it, but we somehow missed it, or just haven't gotten it yet. But Zelda gets to use Nairu's love to reflect things at other things, and Cadence is, of course, Cadence. She has her basic abilities and can use every item in the game. And it is just fun. The music is a neat mix between Necrodancer and Zelda tracks. Like, what was it? Was it the track that was playing in the opening cutscene, Josh? Actually had melodies from Crypt of the Necrodancer Stage 1 and the traditional Legend of Zelda theme, and they're going in and out with each other. And it was really cool. You've got all your shopkeepers there. There is the singing shopkeeper, as well as Beetle, and we found a random Goron dude who is selling bomb cones. Just ice cream cones filled with bombs.
Because of
That's
course.
cute.
It's adorable. And yeah, it is a really fucking fun game, and being able to explore freely when there's no enemies on the screen is really nice, because there's things like bomb spots and puzzles that you have to solve like you would in any Zelda game, that if you had to be moving to the beat while doing that, it would get really obnoxious.
Fair.
Yeah.
So you can explore, you can dance,
If you want
and
to.
yeah, and you can't leave your friends behind, because if you go to the next screen, it teleports your friend with you.
So you can't leave your friends behind.
You cannot. It's not allowed.
But what if they don't dance?
It's Crypt of the Necrodancer. They have to.
There are no
What
friends.
if
in
That
they
mine.
don't?
that is literally the point of the game, is that they're cursed into dancing.
Oh,
There's
God.
there's even a point where Impa's like, whenever there's enemies around, we have to move to the beat of the music, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, she's like, I can't fight like this. And yeah, really, really cute character designs. Music is banging as usual. Though there's that one really weird track I want to find again, because that was like nothing I've ever heard before.
But here's the question: is there shopkeeper?
Yes, I said that. The singing
okay.
shopkeeper is there, and he
Okay.
does sing.
Okay. Good.
His voice sounds slightly different, but he does sing.
Fantastic.
And you can bomb.
Then I love it.
Yes, and you can bomb the golden walls of his shop to get rupees. And yeah, so that leads us into. Let's see, is there anything else that I wanted to say? Not really. That leads us into Josh.
Hi, that's me.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, everybody. Yeah. Cadence of Hyrule, real fun. We've already unlocked a couple of the core key Zelda items. We've got our boomerang, we've got our bow, we've got our hook shot. We got bombs and bomb chews.
At some point, we need to die so we can spend all of our diamonds,
Yeah,
because we have like 20 of them at this point.
yeah. But yeah, the only things the game's doing so far that I'm not really crazy about is the players can get each other's ways quite a bit. Like, you can't navigate around the other player. Like, if they're in a one square corridor, you cannot move unless they move.
Huh.
Or if you're doing a mimic type puzzle, like the mimics from Link to the Past that only moved when you moved and only moved the directions you moved or the reverse thereof.
Yeah.
If something like that is on screen, both players' inputs count.
Oh.
So you can either make the puzzle really easy or really difficult on yourself.
Right.
Friendly fire is a thing.
Yeah, friendly fire is a thing, unfortunately. But it also has a sort of Cupheady mechanic where if one of the two players dies, You just have to go to the nearest save spot and it will respawn them for free,
Yay.
which is nice.
That's good.
You do, of course, however, lose your items and shit, which
Well,
not so
yeah.
fun, but whole point of a roguelike-ish game.
And there are certain things that you do keep.
Well, yeah, like certain weapons and whatnot. You don't have to go back and grab the bow and everything all over again because those are static. You lose your ammunition for your consumable stuff, but
Yeah, it is what
But
it
yeah,
is.
it's real neat so far. Looking forward to playing more of it, which is saying something because I normally don't do well with rhythm games at all.
Same.
I'm traditional white boy. I ain't got rhythm.
I must also be, because I have no rhythm whatsoever.
Well, I mean, you're also white, so
Yeah, it's very true.
white people ain't got rhythm.
I'm very ghostly. It is very true.
Outside of that, really been enjoying all of the E3 crap over the week that we're actually going to be talking about here shortly.
Yeah.
There wasn't too much that was like, oh my god, incredible, but a lot of real solid stuff to look forward to. Still earning my not a degree in Swedish electricianry because we getting the lights put up on the shelf we built previously, and it's going to be real cool and full of robots.
Ah, I understand now.
And yeah, outside of that, it's been a lot of work, and more work for me this week. I got called for jury duty on Monday. That was an experience.
The only time I've ever been called for jury duty was from California when I had already moved to Texas. And so I called the number and I was like, I can't appear for jury duty. And she goes, why? And I was like, I moved. And she goes, oh, what is your new address? And I was like, it's in Denton County, Texas. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to excuse you from that.
Yeah, so here's the funny thing. I got called for jury duty, it was either last year or year before, and pretty much dismissed right away. Like, I didn't even really have much time to crack into the book I brought with me.
Wow.
This time around, I sat through pretty much the entire process because I was part of the first pool of jurors they polled
Jeez.
to go through the whole long, drawn-out interview process to see whether or not you could be a fair and unbiased juror, which, spoiler alert, the trial they were going for was a civil suit of a man versus his insurance company because the insurance company didn't want to pay for his car accident.
Yeah, there's no way you can be unbiased about that.
No!
Anyway.
Not in any way, shape, or form. So they wound up sending me home after making me sit around for 6 hours. But I did get to start reading Edge Dancer.
Yay.
Nice.
And it makes me happy because EA lift.
It's really good. I really like Edge Dancer.
Yeah, I'm only like 3 or 4 chapters in, but that was because, unfortunately, because I was doing all of that crap with the jury duty, I couldn't read my book.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, not a whole lot going on. I think that's everyone, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I have no torch to pass off to anyone else.
Well, then, we should take a quick 3-minute break so we can pay some ads. And also listen to Jonathan Young's newest cover, which is the Mob Psycho 2 intro of 99.9. So we're going to listen to that, and podcast listeners, you're going to hear some ads. Support our sponsors. We love them. We love you. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
Can you feel your satisfaction? Your mouth. Can you feel your frustration coming down? Can you feel your satisfaction? Your mouth. What you want to be? You're the star. You're the star of the such common places. Is this my ideal? Is this my mind? And I'm still looking for some kind of answer. The mob is alive, the mob is high, the mob is staying frustrated onto. This is the day, this is the time. I'll break through it. Could ride my life, could ride my side, could ride my heart in such a common places. Is that your ideal? Is that your mind? It all begins when you hit 100. The mob is alive, the mob is high, the mob is staying frustrated onto. Is that your ideal? Is that your mind? But right now, all your life is your own. Get ready, break your cycle of mob. Get ready, take your record out, mob. Get ready, break your cycle of mob. Get ready.
I freaking love his stuff so much. Hey, welcome back, everybody. If you want an ad-free experience, make sure you tune in live Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, or go over to patreon.com/geekio, where you can get an ad-free master feed of all the stuff that we work on for as low as $1 a month for a lot of content, including stuff early. And as we get more and more people who go to patreon.com/geekio, I have some really cool plans for things. But hey, time isn't free. So, it's time to talk E3.
Wee 3.
We're going to go through the conference as it has been scheduled. So we're going to talk... nothing at all happened at EA. Microsoft, Bethesda, PC gaming show, which there's some things that I wanted to talk about there. Ubisoft, Square Enix, and Nintendo in that order. Saving the best for last. If you want to follow along for what we are talking about, notes and things like that, or if you've missed E3, hey, there's a link in the chat for you guys to click on and look at what we are looking at. All right, so Microsoft. We got the preview of the Xbox One successor, and it's a PC. It's
Yeah, basically.
it's literally a PC.
That's what I thought when I was watching it. I was like, isn't this just a computer?
It's
Like
see-
it's like a computer controlled with a controller instead of
Yeah.
with a keyboard.
No,
mouse.
that's
Like,
exactly it.
The thing that really cracks me up about Xbox, just in general, but especially right now, is Xbox to PC is pretty much the exact same jokes people keep making about iPhone to Android.
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah, very
For sure.
true.
Oh, I remember this one. What are you talking about? It just came out.
Like they're including like they're using yeah, it just got released in public for use, but like including just a PC processor and GPU. The issue that I have is they're both custom framework on there, which worked out so well for the PlayStation 3. Now, according to people who know processors and hardware more than I do, it shouldn't be as bad because it's not a custom core to them. It's using the same core, just a custom build off of that. So, basically, gearing it directly for the Xbox as opposed to being put into any motherboard at any point. I still have my fears because Sony tried that before and it bit them hard.
What I do like is that they're introducing solid state, or I don't know if they're introducing it, but they're using solid state.
Yeah, they're using solid state or the what there's a different word for it, but yeah, it's essentially like really good, super fast solid state.
Yeah, which is great because load times are real.
Yes. It is
And
coming.
they're only going to
Real
get
pain
worse.
in the ass.
Yeah.
It is coming next year, holiday 2020. I really wish there was more to go on for this, and for like a year that a console was revealed, usually that's the biggest thing. Like,
Yeah, like everything is around that. And instead, and I am the opposite of mad about this. Instead of their new console being the biggest thing Microsoft had going for them this year was Keanu Reeves.
yeah, sexy robot
Right.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, fantastic.
I love sexy robot Keanu
Hey, man.
Reeves.
You can't spell Reeves without 3 E's.
I just love that. Come to find out, he had no fucking idea how much the internet loves him. And so he had no idea that the crowd was going to fucking explode when he walked out.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah, dude, that guy was fantastic. That the dude just yelled, "You're breathtaking" from the freaking.
Oh,
By the way, that guy is getting the Cyberpunk 2077 Collector's Edition.
Oh my god, that is amazing! I didn't know that. That is fucking awesome.
I can almost guarantee you who set that up.
Oh yeah, no, that dude is probably a plant in there, which is fine. It's fine, but yeah.
No, I mean that was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like, hey, we should give that guy something from Keanu,
I am
because
super.
that's the kind of person he is.
I am super stoked though. Freaking CJ Project Red, you know. Like Witcher 3 is amazing, and we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, like I am super freaking stoked for this.
yeah.
You
it just
ha-
looks
I do have to have my one quick pun chuckle
Okay.
with this new Xbox coming out, Project Scarlet. That means it's the red box, right?
Yes.
Oh man. I even didn't hate the trailer for Halo Infinite. I'm not a big Halo fan.
Yeah.
I played the first couple of games, but I didn't really get into the series, but I didn't hate that trailer. I may
No.
not play the game, but I might watch gameplay footage of it. So
I'll definitely play it.
There were nitpicks I had with the trailer. Primarily, please God, don't show this kid if it's anywhere near as horrifying as this woman.
Right? And like that's why she's keeping the kid off camera, because it's an eldritch monstrosity.
fantastic.
We got I'll talk about that last. Xbox Game Pass coming to the PC, which is cool. Because that was one of the biggest things that when we were trying to do, because I own an Xbox, I like my Xbox. It's good. It's fun. It's not enough RPGs, which is my go-to game. But I enjoy my Xbox, and I enjoy the hell out of Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3, both of which are on Game Pass for free. Now, we were having issues when we were trying to do Gamer Geek stuff where it didn't translate over to PC. Hey, now it does. Also, Xbox Ultra Pass, which is both your Xbox Gold and your Game Pass rolled into one. That's nice. And less.
Pass Ultra.
It's less too, like because it's $20, $9.99 a month if you don't pay for both, or if you pay for both, it's $15 for the Ultra Pass.
Oh, nice.
So
Well, yeah, they have to make it attractive.
Yeah,
they have to like
exactly.
find some way to get people to do it. So
yeah,
making it bundled for a little less is
especially now that Game Pass is on PC where you don't have to pay for internet, so you have to think that they have to give something there. And
Right.
dropping it by $55 a month and yearly is a pretty steep discount if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's very sexy. I like it. Hey guys, you want to know the reason why there's no other sort of our Song of Ice and Fire books?
Because he been working on a game with the Dark Souls boys all day.
Yes.
The only author who's allowed to work on books and video games at the same time is Brandon Sanderson, because he's the only one who can keep up with that workload.
I mean, admittedly, Brandon Sanderson's a lot younger than George R.R. Martin, so. Also,
He also just has a direct neural link to Microsoft Word.
that's fair.
Obviously.
Um,
How does he write so fast otherwise? Honestly.
but yeah, we're getting Elden Ring, which is super exciting. I don't know. We don't know anything about it at all. Nothing about it whatsoever. I just heard FromSoft's new game, which yes, I already did. Shut up. Take my money. With George R. R. Martin. I'm like, okay. Hopefully FromSoft keeps him a little bit reined in on like the problematic things of Song of Ice and
rape.
Fire. Yeah, the rape. Because we had a small discussion about it in the Discord. FromSoft, it was at my day at the D&D table. FromSoft doesn't have sex in their games. Like, that is the one thing that they stay away from. The closest thing to it is Gwendolyn and her sons. Gwendolyn? No. Gwen. Because Gwendolyn's a half-dragon? I forget. Coming from a person who names a lot of his villains the same, when you name characters the same, it gets confusing. Sex appeal, though, is not a thing in From Software games. So hopefully they keep that reined in. That was it for Microsoft, at least in my opinion.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I don't know if that came out with. I have that written down under.
It's supposed to be Xbox, but it's going to wind up on Steam.
Yeah. Which I am super excited about because you get to see the little new owl friend in the video. You also got to see like scary wolves and spiders and worms. Oh my. I guess. I don't know. I really enjoyed the preview for it. It looks very Ori to me.
Looks so good and so nice.
It is definitely one of the ones that I will have Maz play and I will watch because I am terrible at that game, but I love it because it is so cute.
It's so cute, and the music.
The music
is fantastic.
I just don't like any of the water. I just don't like any of the water. Please take
Yeah, there's no way you could have gotten past Ginso Tree.
It was so awful. I cried while I watched Maz play that stupid part.
I swear we need to do a charity sometime where we make you charity stream where we make you play Subnautica.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't like BioShock.
Yes.
Okay, I have words about BioShock. I have played the first BioShock game.
For how long?
You start off in the water, first of all. There's a trailer for a game, there's a trailer for a game that we'll talk about, I'm sure, that you start off in the water, and I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it. But in BioShock, you start off in the water, and then you go to an underwater civilization where part of the plane you were in crashes into one of the hallways, and water comes rushing at you. My reaction was literally screaming out loud at my computer, pausing it, and running upstairs. As far away from my computer as I possibly could get, and then I was crying.
Oh.
This is me, a fully adult human.
Reminds me of the time I was.
I mean, fully. You're still pretty.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty short. I'm pretty little. I'm compact.
You're a little field.
I'm just a small pasture. This was like 3 years ago. Like, this was not that long ago. Maybe 4 now. I think it was still when I was in California. So I don't like BioShock. It makes me very scared.
If it makes you feel any better, Monica, my response to setting up our smoke detectors, our Nest smoke detectors, and them spontaneously testing themselves was to yell "fuck," throw it on the ground, and pile a blanket over it.
Oh, right, this one. I forgot I did this one. So I can't believe I completely forgot these two. So one, also Battletoads is coming back.
Of course it is. Why would it
It's
not?
not just a remake, though, is the great thing.
Yes.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Oh.
it has couch co-op as well. So there, I can almost guarantee that Josh and I will be battle-toesing it up.
Nice.
Got a new Dragon Ball Z game. All about Goku. Yeah,
Kakarot!
yay Goku. Minecraft Dungeons is coming in 2020, spring 2020. It's Diablo Minecraft.
That's awesome.
Diablo Craft.
Yes. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is Star Wars Dark Souls.
So Fallen Order is the trailer that starts you off in the water.
Yep.
And I was real mad about it. Also, it went a little bit too far over the uncanny valley for me. So
Yeah, it was very Uncanny Valley.
I was a little upset about that, but
The
I know it
adorable
looks
little AT-AT droid.
Yes.
really cute.
I really wish more games would go for the stylized look now that realistic models are looking too creepy. And also realistic models don't age well.
No, they don't.
I can't.
But Wind Waker is still fucking timeless.
Speaking of spoopy games, Blair Witch game coming this year.
God, I cannot believe it was a Blair Witch game. Is the thing. I was watching HBI2K Ben Crichton stream all of the E3 stuff and reacting to it, and we're all sitting there chat like, "What the hell is this? This looks Alan Wake as fuck." And it's like,
Yeah, I can
holy
see
shit,
that.
it's a Blair Witch game.
How the hell is Blair Witch relevant?
It's not. That's why they're making it.
Freaking Age of Empires 2 getting 4K graphics. The hell.
I don't understand that at all. I mean, I loved Age of Empires, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like the old school graphics for it. I love really old games, and it's one of the things that my fiance and I did very early on in our friendship is we went through old games that we remember from our childhood together. And so I played a lot of Nintendo games and he played a lot of computer games growing up. So I would play the old Nintendo games for him to watch me play them, and he would play computer games and I'd watch him play them.
No.
And so we played old games like that together, and I just enjoy those old school graphics. I don't understand why they all need updates.
No, they don't. Oh, right. I should look at specific things. Thanks, Kotaku. I appreciate you having detailed lists. Kia lost her shit about Forza Horizon 4's Lego expansion. She loves Forza Horizon 4. I literally have to drag her off of the system when she's playing that. She will just sit and play that game for hours. And she's terrible at it, but she loves playing it so much. She's really bad at it. I'm bad at driving games. She's very bad at that game.
At least you have a reason to be bad because you're fucking blind.
Exactly. She's very bad at it, but she loves it. Kind of like she plays whenever she sneaks and plays freaking Fortnite. She just plays it as Minecraft and has gotten more wins than I ever have.
Nice.
Because she will accidentally lay down a trap when people aren't looking for them. It turns out traps are effective. She's got more kills in Fortnite than I have and doesn't use guns. Microsoft bought Double Fine, which is weird news to come out of E3.
Right.
Tales of Arise, so more Tales games.
Yay, Tales.
Tales of Cleavage Sword.
Hey, you know what?
Tales of Revolutionary Girl Utena, for those who remember that show.
I mean, there's always a waifu in every Tales game. So, I mean, she had more clothes on than, what's her name from
Berseria?
Yeah. She has more clothes on than hers. So, I mean, there's that. Also, news for most of the week for me, and still to my heart, Phantasy Star Online 2. So, this E3 is very weird for me. I bought my original Xbox One for 3 games. Morrowind, or not Xbox One, Xbox, OG Xbox. Morrowind, Panzer Dragoon, and Phantasy Star Online. 2 of those 3 games are coming back. But crossplay between Xbox and PC for Phantasy Star Online, so that makes me happy.
I'm glad more game developers slash systems are getting into the, hey, this kind of, rivalry disconnect is kind of stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a new Duke controller, new Elite controller.
Hopefully, it's better than the last one they released.
It has an internal battery.
Oh,
40
wow.
hours of gameplay on a single charge. It's got
Well,
a
that's
charging
good.
dock. It's got Bluetooth. It's also probably $150.
Yeah.
Easy.
A friend of mine had one of the original Elite controllers, and he hated it. It was a piece of crap, apparently. What he said about this one is that he likes the look of it a lot more, and that he'll probably get one.
I just don't like Xbox controllers, period.
I don't either. My hands are too small.
Small hands, yeah. Like they are. It's like one of those subtle design choices that, while probably not intentional, screams to me, Xbox is for dude bros, because their controllers are not designed to fit in our hands.
I have a similar issue with the PuppyCon. So, I mean, for the opposite reason, my fingers are too long for that. But like, I love the Xbox.
That's why I use the Pro controller for the Switch, because PuppyCon feels like I'm, freaking Will Smith with the noisy cricket.
Thankfully,
I'm about to break this damn thing.
When I'm playing on the handheld, like I can get my hands behind it, so at least I have my whole hand being able to be controlling it. So that feels better.
Yeah, my problem with the handheld mode of the Switch is not only do I just not like it handheld, but the buttons are still PuppyCon size.
Yeah.
They're too small.
Yeah.
I wind up trying to use the D-pad and mashing two directions at once, or hit one of the buttons and hit all three of them.
The Hori, the guys who are doing the licensed Nintendo third-party things, are coming out with a handheld Pro controller. They don't have battery, so they have to be on the machine. But they are Pro controller size, give you actual like hand things to do with. And
Nice.
It looks really good.
Yeah. And that's the nice thing about the Switch too, is because it's designed to be used by the entire family, you have everything from a teeny tiny single Joy-Con that can be used by a child all the way up to a Pro controller that Josh and I can use.
Yeah, I just wish for whatever reason the Pro controller just feels weird to me. I don't know why. But then again, I haven't played with much of it. So I haven't really had the opportunity to get my head wrapped around it. It just feels weird to me.
I think it's because, and I say this because I've got one staring me in the face right here on my desk. It's very similar to the Xbox controller, but not quite.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like my brain is trying to do things to the Xbox controller because it feels enough like it, but it's not. So I end up messing things up. Like I said, it's been a bit since I've played with this Pro controller because they're $70. So I just do my $20 Chinese knockoff Bluetooth controller, which works fine enough.
The Mad Cats?
I think so. I think it's Mad Cats. No, it's not Mad Cats. It's some weird blue thing. But it works. And I got it for Xenoblade Chronicles because I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm going to be playing that long stream of game while playing on the PuppyCon, says the guy who's now playing through Final Fantasy X and X-2 on the handheld mode. So moving on, that was it on Xbox. So moving on to Bethesda. Bethesda gave the internet a new girlfriend.
I was just overall incredibly disappointed with Bethesda.
I am re-looking at the teaser for Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm excited for it.
Ghostwire Tokyo looks legitimately interesting.
Well,
and that's about it.
Because
I love their huge to do about Fallout 76, introducing gameplay features that should have been present from the beginning.
For real. You already killed Fallout 76. I understand you're trying to recoup some money from it, but yeah.
Watching
76. I'm just so disappointed with it because I love that franchise. I love all of the games. And Fallout 76 is so disappointing.
It was hilarious watching the presenters stumble over. So we all know that you guys hate this fucking game.
Yeah.
Also, Elder Scrolls, and more Elder Scrolls.
But not the good Elder Scrolls. We
Well,
got
they
nothing
also-
for 6. We get why play Skyrim when you can play the mobile game on your Switch? Yay!
The mobile game is terrible.
Mobile game is very terrible.
It's very repetitive and very terrible. They did reduce, I guess recently they reduced the cost of buying things in the game, like with in-game currency, so that should make it a little easier, but it's still just not good.
Yeah, I still don't care. It was
good.
there was what was it called? Master Swords something Blade.
Blades.
Was it just Blades? No, it wasn't just Blades. No, like other than Elder Scrolls Blades, like it reminds me a lot of this weird game that used to be on iOS, where you're literally just swiping across the screen and slashing at things, and it's
Fruit Ninja?
no, it was an actual game.
So Fruit Ninja with the plot?
Yes, I guess. Yeah, I got Elder Scrolls Online, which I love. Elder Scrolls Online. It is a fantastic game. Elder Scrolls Legends, which is kind of
Basically, go play Skyrim for the 10th time.
yeah.
Basically.
Elder Scrolls
oh,
Online is different enough now than just Skyrim that makes me happy to play it.
Well, so I remember playing the beta for Elder Scrolls Online,
Oh.
and I was super not excited about it.
So here's a fun story I like to pull out whenever the beta of that comes out. I've been on ZeniMax's press list for a long time now. They sent us alpha codes for it and said, hey, please stream our game. So it was myself, Jazz, Dale, and Raul streaming Elder Scrolls Online. Now, so myself and Raul being the only 2 gamers. Everybody hated that game when we first started, to a point where I emailed them back. I'm like, hey, watch our stream. Halfway through, we just flat out start talking about how much we're disliking it. I don't like putting this out there, but hey, now that this stuff has come out and I've been there, I've actually helped them work on the game. And it is seeing it grow since that clusterfuck that was alpha and beta of that game makes me so proud to be associated with that game in any way, shape, or form.
Well, that's good. I probably still won't play it. Just it's not really my style of game anyway, but like I just didn't have a fun experience, and like I probably would like it, I guess, if I went back now, but
You would.
it's a lot of time investment that I don't think I have.
Yeah. It is. Well, so yes and no. The Morrowind expansion released, and they did a lot of changes on how the game plays and how you level and everything like that. And to a point where myself, as a almost fully maxed out character, can come over to your realm as you as a first person starting out. We can play together in every single zone, because monsters for you will be leveled for you, monsters for me will be leveled for me. And we could be facing the same monster that is 80 something, is level 86 for me and level 2 for you.
Oh, nice. That is kind of cool.
And that's still some weird black magic that I don't know how the hell they made work, but it fucking works. Like, because they sent us codes for Morrowind when it came out, and I'm like, sure, let's play this. Rachel's never played it before, and they keep sending me things for the game, so I keep playing it. And also it's really good now. But get in there, I'm like, Rachel, you're gonna hate this, but hey, come roll this character because this is the new class. I'm gonna bring my character over there, and yeah, definitely level 80 something characters for me and level 2 for her, and cool experience scaling things for being in a group and things like that. But yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo looks really cool on the internet. I'm glad it's finally, and it is adoring the work of the amazing woman who brought you things like, oh, I don't know, Okami.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah, freaking, what's her name? The internet's sweetheart. Hold on. She was the art director behind Okami and Bayonetta. Ikumi Nakamura. Ikumi Nakamura. There we go.
And that's who's Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yes, she is the actual director of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was kind of meh about Rage 2, I think is what it is, but
Yeah.
the trailer was meh. And then Deathloop, the trailer was interesting, but I think it might just be because I was detecting a Luke Cagey type voice
Yeah.
in the character. I don't know if it is him, but it sounded very similar to him. So
I mean, I'm always down to play arcane games. Like, I love Dishonored or fantastic games, both of them. We don't talk about the there's 2 Dishonored games.
I basically just am waiting for Bethesda to come out with a new engine and not make all of their games on the same engine that doesn't work.
Yeah, that is my number one
But
issue.
then we're going to have new clipping through shit.
I mean, yeah, it can clip through shit as long as it's a different kind of clipping through shit. As long as it's not broken in the same exact way for every game, I'm okay.
Oh, hey, these are new bugs.
New bugs or
New
features.
features, dear.
Yeah. Doom Eternal coming out this year, which actually honestly surprised me.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising.
Hey, look,
but-
we gave Doom Guy a hook shot.
But how long has it been since the other Doom game came out?
It was 2016?
Yeah, so I mean, 3 years is a
It's not bad.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
They wanted to stay relevant, you know.
Getting some Ava bullshit up in there, though, it looks like.
Wolfenstein is getting VR, so Nazi killing in VR.
The most immersive Nazi killing experience without actually killing any Nazis. I'm not sure if this is a good thing.
And speaking of Castle Wolfenstein, Commander Keen is coming back.
This is the first I've ever heard of this franchise, so
Nah, it's an old classic one. But it's they're related to Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein. Raid Shugen, Orion for their game streaming, whatever. Nobody cares about that. Devolver Digital was exactly what it always is this weird acid trip of things, and I'm
it
still
devolved into madness.
yes, like I'm never entirely sure what comes out of Devolver Digital is ever actually honestly a thing or just them fucking with people. Like, but in reality, like, it's all pretty indie games. Devolver Digital is the biggest indie developer in the world, I think. Because they never release any AAA titles. It's just all weird, eccentric, fucking mind whatever. I don't even understand half the things that happen in that damn thing. Moving on to the PC show.
I was gonna say you could say that their streams have devolved.
Yes, but they're always entertaining. Like, that's the thing about Devolver Digital. They're always fun. But yeah, they always devolve, like you both said, devolve into madness. Like, I have no idea anything that happens there. Baldur's Gate 3 is a thing that is happening and is also getting a tabletop prequel.
Yep.
Sniper Elite is killing zombie Nazis.
I wonder why there's all these games about killing Nazis recently.
Yeah, man, it's weird. Auto chess is a thing that's continuing to be a thing for whatever reason. And then
I don't know what that is either.
So it used to be a Dota 2 mod and is a thing now, and it's very weird. Hey, Monica. Planet Zoo is a conservation-focused zoo simulator.
Yeah.
So, Monica, the job, the game.
Yeah. Also, is that so? The Sims 4 also has a conservation aspiration for The Sims 4 has a new expansion pack coming out.
Yep, island living.
Island living, right? There's a conservationist like job.
Career. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically it just made me go, hey, can I be a sim instead? I want to go live on that island and clean up the trash. That'd be
Right.
great.
Well, especially because you can, like, being a sim, you can hang out with mermaids and Vlad.
Right?
And not have to deal with
I
all
would
of
like-
real life's bullshit.
Thanks. I'll be a sim. I will
Yeah.
give up my life of candy making.
Ika Torka Dorka Forka and all that shit.
Yeah, just type motherload a bunch of times and go live on an island.
Rosebud, you know.
I think it's just motherload now.
Oh, it is. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Shenmue 3 trailer.
I believe they both work actually, but
Yeah, Shenmue 3 trailer, which I'm excited about. I love Shenmue 3. So getting a lot of things on this that are going to Epic Game Store exclusive for PC. Hey Steam, get your shit together or you're gonna lose this battle to fucking Epic Games.
yeah.
Bad, but I have no idea what that is because I will just forever use Steam, whether it's relevant or not, because all of my games are purchased through Steam. I think there are 319 games in my Steam library.
God, I don't even.
Yeah. The only reason I have Origin is because you have to play The Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few
Luckily,
games.
which is
through Origin.
unfortunate.
The only reason why I had Origin to begin with is because you had to play Dragon Age Inquisition on the PC. Griftlands looks cool. It's a deck building strategy game and an open alpha for next month. I am excited to. I hope Vampire the Masquerade sucks as much as it looks like it's going to, and that's a good thing because I fucking love that game.
Nice.
Yeah, got some cool things. For whatever reason, Razer came out and said, "Hey, we're Razer," and everybody's like, "Yeah, we're new Razer things." And it's like, "Hey, try our energy powder."
Yeah.
Didn't they make a toaster at some point too?
Fairly sure they did. Razer.
The toaster was actually one of their April Fool's jokes, but it was one of those situations like Think Geek where it went over so well they had to go and make the product.
So weird.
It is. It is very weird, but yeah, they're like Razer got up there and everybody's psyched, and then there's like, yeah, we're not announcing anything except for we have energy drink powder now. Cool. Thanks, Razer.
That's
Thanks,
okay.
Ubisoft.
We still love you.
Ubisoft. I am ridiculously psyched for Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, did Ubisoft even do anything? And then I was like, all right, yeah.
Yes, we had in the pre-show.
Yeah,
You and I talked about this.
We had this conversation.
Watch Dogs. I loved Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 1 was a game. See, Watch Dogs 1, I tried, Delbert and I tried to do a no gun run in Watch Dogs 1 because it's a hacking game. We want to play with magical hacking skills. So I'm not going to hold a gun unless I absolutely have to. And the hacking was broken, and you played most of the game just like freaking Grand Theft Auto. Watch Dogs 2, on the other hand, fixed all that shit so you can actually be a legit-ass hacker and do an entire hacking-only run and make the game very enjoyable. Watch Dogs Legion looks like it's more of that, but then you get to play Ninja Grannies. Because anybody can join DedSec now, and including grandmothers.
Wow.
Yeah, you can recruit anyone you see in the game with a various level of difficulty, including the main bad guy, apparently.
That's kind
That's
of
pretty
amazing.
fantastic.
That's pretty great.
I'm interested in Gods and Monsters. I'm afraid it's gonna be more like Sport.
I definitely didn't see that.
It's an adventure game that they have that it looks cartoony.
I've heard it more compared to Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah, but like there's been a lot. I'm always tentatively hyped on Ubisoft's new IPs.
Hell, this day and age, seeing new IPs, period, is nice.
Yeah, that's true. But it looks pretty. So, but we didn't get much other than just the cinematic trailer. It's coming out February of next year, though. They have their own game subscription. Yay. $15 a month, though, for that isn't bad. And it gets you all of their game, over 100 Ubisoft games and all of their DLC, including new releases like Watch Dogs Legion. So, I mean, there are worse things. $15 is never a terrible thing, especially if they're just gonna be like, "Hey, here's your Netflix for our games." And there's been a few Ubisoft games that I've missed, like a couple of the Assassin's Creed that I didn't want to pay for, but $15 a month.
I was gonna say, don't they announce like a new Assassin's Creed every year? Why did they not announce a new Assassin's Creed game?
Because Origins went over like a lead balloon when it first launched. So we're gonna take a year off of Assassin's Creed and work on that a little bit.
I mean,
maybe pumping out an Assassin's Creed game every year isn't a good thing.
Crazy
weird.
thought.
Weird concept, that.
Because they've just kind of went downhill, like since they started releasing them yearly.
Yeah.
There was a hill for them to go down?
Yes. Assassin's Creed 3 is amazing.
I actually love the first one. Like, I've only played the first one.
I didn't like the first one. I liked the first one, but it got repetitive because it was very Grand Theft Auto, but with stabbing.
I mean, yeah, it was very...
I couldn't get around the gameplay of the first one. It's just awful.
It is terrible. Your character really doesn't move the way you want him to
because
move.
they tried this weird thing where you can like control every part of his body with it, and because they wanted you living in the Animus with it. And then they realized that was a bad idea. Yeah. So 2 actually control like a good action adventure game. 2 Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood, 3 was good. Black Flag was the really fucking amazing one, which was the pirate one, and it was really, really, really good.
That was what Small Child called the pirate game. Or
yes,
that is fair.
It was a pirate game.
It is the pirate game because you are a pirate ninja, and it is awesome.
Yeah,
and then Maz would just keep saying Black Flag over and over again. Just, that was all he would say was Black Flag.
So you turned into a Pokemon for a little bit. Roller derby game for whatever reason, because that's the thing that we wanted.
Nope.
It looks pretty. I'm not going to play it because it's Overwatch, but on rollerblades.
Yeah, no. I'm good on that one.
So, hey guys. Fucking Just Dance is still coming out, and it's coming out for the goddamn Wii.
For some reason.
It's coming out for the what?
The Wii, not the Wii U. Not the Wii U. Explicitly not the Wii U. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, Switch, and Wii.
Why?
Fuck?
Why?
I don't know. If you wanted a chance to play out Division 2, it's free to play right now. So that's cool. Odyssey, not Origins. Odyssey's the one that fell flat on its face. That's the newest one. It's getting a story creator, so you can create your own quests mode. You can create your own quests. And Discovery Tour mode, which lets you explore ancient Greece. Which is cool because it's a very pretty game. That's about all that game had going for it. It's very pretty. So, hey, cool. But yeah, that was all for Ubisoft. Go away, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Square Enix. So Josh and I both have never hid the fact that we absolutely hate, loathe, and detest Final Fantasy VII.
And they're remaking it.
They're remaking it. I didn't hate the way that this looked.
So, hot take all at once.
Yes.
I don't hate the design.
Yes.
It looks very good.
Yes.
I like the innovations to the combat system.
Yes.
It's still Final Fantasy VII.
Yes. I mean,
And the new trailer they dropped made it that much more worse because it gives everybody what they wanted and it showed everyone's favorite part of the game.
but was significantly nerfed. She looks like a human being.
She looks more human, yes, but that's both a good and a bad
And
thing.
is wearing actually a sports bra, so her tits aren't gonna go everywhere.
Yeah, she's also wearing a pleated skirt, which is an improvement because the leather tube skirt she was wearing in
Yes.
the original version of the game, there's no way in hell she would have been able to kick in that
Yes.
without sending it up onto her waist, which I'm sure the Final Fantasy VII fans would have loved, but that's neither here nor there.
Correct.
My biggest problem is she's supposed to be this badass, knuckle and foot brawler, and her arms are about that big around.
It's lean muscle.
She has no muscle tone visible whatsoever.
It's lean muscle.
No. I've seen lean muscle. That's not lean muscle. That is stick.
Lean muscle. I am agreeing with you. I agree with you completely. I love the way Aerith looks. She
looks fine.
Looks amazing. Barrett looks awesome.
Barrett looks fantastic.
Cloud
He's
looks actually pretty
arguably-
okay. Pretty okay.
Anything's improvement over pig hands.
I am using my words correctly. He looks pretty okay.
Anything's an improvement over pig hands.
Fair.
But he's still Cloud.
Yes.
And Sephiroth is still Sephiroth.
Yes.
Paper thin protagonist, poor imitation of Kefka antagonist.
Yes. I'm gonna need to know more about it before I even think about it. The fact that it is episodic is
That pisses me off.
distressing. The fact that part 1 is on 2 discs in today's day and age, that says something about what they're doing for this game, though. It is taking up 2 Blu-ray Plus discs.
2 Blu-ray Plus discs that are going to be forcibly installed to your PlayStation's hard drive, even if you own the game on disc.
Yes, and is still that one. Man, I don't even know. That is gonna be a hard drive killer, man. If it's 2 Blu-ray Plus discs installed to your hard drive. Oof.
I also don't know if that's 100% sure the first installment. I think they said the game as a whole is going to be 2 Blu-ray discs worth of content. So I'm thinking that's where the episodic split is going to be.
Possible.
You're going to have disc 1 and disc 2.
Because I mean, if they're gonna put all of Midgard in 2 discs, that's something. Because like you got all the way up to the Temple of Ancients on disc 1 and with the original. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate it. But then again, the bar was super low. Why do the Avengers look bad?
Why do they all look like 50-year-old chain smokers?
Yeah. They look really bad.
They look terrible.
This
Like,
looks
it's-
really terrible.
I understand that, okay, they don't want to pay to use the actors' likenesses. That's fine. That's understandable. But Spider-Man didn't use any of the Peter Parker actors' likenesses, and he still looked like a human being and also like Peter Parker.
Yeah, they're already spinning back on the fact that they might change the way that some of them look. By the way, like they are
There's a
back.
shock.
They are backpedaling hard.
Like,
It's Sonic all over again.
So I'm looking at a picture right now on the GameSpot article, and yeah, like Black Widow looks like a chain smoker.
Yep.
And Thor looks like that low-cost cosplay guy taped a bunch of CDs to his chest and wrapped himself up in a bathroom towel.
Yes, with none of the fact that guy actually did work on his stuff. Yeah, they look really bad, and I'm. The voices sound good.
It's pretty much like they went into The Sims and created all of the Avengers and then tweaked the sliders rather than designing their own characters.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, it looks bad. It's coming out next year, and hopefully it looks better before then because that's a hard pass the way that it looks right now. Which, I mean, I'd say would make me sad, but
Anyway.
Crystal Dynamics hasn't put out a lot of really great games. Like, they keep, like, everybody's so hyped about Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was for the PlayStation 1. Like, Blood Omen 2, Legacy of Kain, these were all for PlayStation 1. Like, they haven't had a legit game in a while. They haven't
Smidge.
they haven't had a game in a while.
Speaking of which, these look like PS3 graphics.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it doesn't look great, and they keep throwing around Crystal Dynamics like it's something to be proud of nowadays, and it's not. Hey, remember when we were complaining that Final Fantasy VIII wasn't getting a remaster for the Switch or release on the Switch?
Surprise, bitches!
Not surprised at all.
I'm still holding out for a Legend of Dragoon remaster.
Yeah, I will. I love the crappiness that is Final Fantasy VIII. Then again, the only thing that was really crappy was the draw system. They only have to improve that a little bit for me to not actively hate the game. Like, also the GF system was weird, but hey,
I mean, I like that it gave you something to do with the summons while you were summoning them,
yeah,
but not quite the weird micromanagey level of 10 and 13, and
yeah.
where they were actually replacing your party members and
Yeah. I will most likely buy Final Fantasy VIII because I like the remakes. So far, the remakes have been really good. It made me not actively hate 12 until the very end. Then I realized that the game was shit.
I definitely didn't get into 12. Like, I played it. But I think I played it for a total of like 1.5 hours. Like, I don't even think I made it to the 2-hour mark because I hated it so much.
So, like, it's kind of what we were talking about earlier with Dark Phoenix and having the pro tag having no agency in their own game. Vaughn does fucking nothing.
He does fucking nothing. The game doesn't do much to tell you what you should be doing or why when you first start. So it's a lot of just endlessly wandering around.
Yeah. And then it
Though
gets hyped with Fran and Balthier, but that was it.
I do. It's a really pretty game. I love the Gambit system like a lot. Like it is my second favorite to the Sphere Grid. And I love just randomly running around not Coruscant because I like the music in that level.
Yeah.
Because it is straight up Coruscant.
Yeah, it is absolutely Coruscant. But yeah, I'm excited for that, and I will be happy to play that on my Switch because that is a game that it will just work very well on the Switch. Because grinding on the Switch, I found out it makes that a lot more bearable than sitting in front of your TV for several hours trying to grind out things. Because 10's grinding is rough, you guys.
That's why you do the AP trick.
Yeah, well, I try not to do that. I try not to cheat.
It's not
It's
cheating.
still cheating. Romantic Saga 3 is finally leaving Japan. This is a year of things being released from Japan. All of the Saga games I've loved, and I'm super excited that we are getting Romantic Saga 3 because I've played Romantic Saga 3 for totally legal. Oh fuck it was just in Japan. Yeah, I pirated the shit out of that game. Just like I pirated the shit out of Secret of Mana 2.
Seiken Densetsu 3?
Yeah, that one. Pirated the shit out of that one that I could finally say that I did it and will gladly buy that game when it actually gets an English
You can
release.
buy it twice.
Yeah. I'm not buying it
This
right now.
Collection of Mana is out now.
Yeah, but it's not in English.
Collection of Mana?
Yeah.
It is?
No, not 3. Not SD3.
No, it's on there. I was watching Ben play it the other night.
Huh. Weird. Must have just been the guy that I was watching play and couldn't figure out how to get into English. And then another game, Saga Scarlet Grace, which I'm not familiar with, is coming, but it's a Saga game, so I'm so in. I don't know who People Can Fly are, but they're bringing this game that looked cool called Outriders.
Outriders was interesting.
Yeah, it looked cool.
They really liked that one shot of that chick's eyes.
Yes, because that's the most unique, because then you have dude and then a unique looking person. Tokyo RPG Factory is still pumping out games, and I love them for it. because Lost Sphere is fantastic and I Am Setsuna is beautiful. Oni,
Last Remnant update.
yeah, getting Last Remnant remastered, and it will be coming. It's available on the Switch. I haven't bought it yet, but it's available right now. Crystal Chronicles remaster.
Without the stupid dongles.
Yes. It's coming to mobile phones too, which surprised the shit out of me. But then that game works so well. That game will work so well for mobile phones.
I mean, considering pretty much 90% of the point of it was to play with other people, yeah.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting DLC called Remind, and I will probably still say never mind to that, because Kingdom Hearts 3 hurt me deeply.
I think it hurt all of us deeply.
It hurt me, and I haven't even beaten Kingdom Hearts 1.
Actually, you know what? I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 exists. I don't think it ever got released.
No, it got released. It was just a beta.
Yeah, just Kingdom Hearts 3 beta. All right, so now let's talk about the one that we all care about, Nintendo.
I am so excited about Nintendo. Nintendo made me so happy.
Let's start with the bad news. Animal Crossing is coming out. We got more gameplay of it. It did get delayed to next year.
Animal Crossing definitely looks like Stardew Valley now.
Yeah.
I don't really know if you guys noticed that too, but
yeah, no, I did. They definitely realized that Stardew Valley did a lot of things that they needed to do, so they're like, we're gonna eat all of your Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play Stardew Valley and skip this Animal Crossing, I think.
That is the game that will inevitably make me have to buy 2 Switches. Well, buy a second Switch. Because the moment that Rachel looks anywhere and sees that Animal Crossing is available, she will rip the Switch from wherever it is. It will become her bonded weapon as a warlock and just transport through space-time and appear in her hands.
You'll be sitting there on the bus to work and
yeah,
God damn it, Rachel!
Fuck!
She will become an Eldritch Knight.
Yes.
Really disappointed we haven't heard anything about the Switch Lite, though.
Yeah. We might be 4 then.
God, I hope so. I don't want to buy another full-priced Switch.
Yeah.
Don't they do their own like conference apart from E3?
They do the directs through the year.
Yeah.
So they just do a huge direct for E3 and then they do them through the year.
Right.
Usually focusing on a certain thing on each of them, like the Pokemon Direct one that happened last month.
Right.
So they have mini conferences throughout the year. So we will eventually. It would surprise me if we don't get a Switch Lite before the end, at least an announcement before the end of this year.
Yeah.
I really think we're going to get at least the Switch Lite like holiday this year.
Yeah.
They're just waiting because they probably knew that Xbox was going to drop the whole Project Scarlet thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't want new console stealing the thunder from light console.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and especially because, like, okay, a new Pokemon game, that's going to print console sales if they release the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it would not. I mean, yeah, it would not surprise me if they released both of those in November. But like, just kind of like Sony, like on a random ass Wednesday, is like, hey, you guys, we're gonna put out a PlayStation 5.
Backwards compatibility
for everything. Oh yeah, Scarlet has everything too, which makes me happy because I literally have a big box that's over there that has not got moved over my new place yet, full of Xbox OG games.
So speaking of Pokemon Directs,
yep.
Good news, bad news time from the Pokemon games.
Yep.
Bad news, Galardex is going to be it for now.
For now.
While I was reading just a little bit ago that there has been no final decision one way or the other of whether or not they will eventually include outside the Galardex, like everything is going to be available in home.
Yeah, I'm saying everything is available at home.
But Pokemon Sword and Shield are going to be limited to what's in the Galar Pokedex itself. For the time being. When it ships, that will be the case. That's not to say they won't be able to eventually patch it, but no decision has been made as of this time.
Yeah.
We also don't know what the size of the Galar Pokedex is going to be, but from what we've seen so far of the games, it is going to include a pretty decent broad spectrum from across the series.
Yeah, we are gonna get at least 150. It would not surprise me if it's not bigger. because it is the Switch, is the first one for the Switch, so it would not surprise me if they don't go full, big, huge release on it.
Important news time.
Yep.
Corgi Pokemon.
Yep. Get a Corgi Pokemon. I got a new
Corgi Pokemon.
got to see the super fierce looking water trainer, which made me happy.
The internet is very happy with her.
Yes, I'm
Both
not happy.
sides of it,
I am
unfortunately.
not happy for the same reason why the internet is happy. I am happy just because she looks fierce.
She does look awesome. I will give her that.
We found
And her
out also
floaty-
that weird turtle thing is a water type, coming nobody's surprise. The next two Smash DLC fighters got released.
Okay, my wedding cake topper is Banjo and Kazooie. I am so excited for this. I am so excited. I'm so happy.
Okay, Katrine, are you okay?
No, I'm not really. Okay, so first of all, the fact that they paid so much respect to the original game in the trailer for the release makes me incredibly happy.
Yes.
It also makes me wonder if Spiral Mountain is going to be a playable zone.
I saw footage that would suggest that's the case.
Yes.
I really hope it is.
We also
You're,
got.
you're so happy you're angry.
I'm so happy that I'm angry. I'm like, I just want it right now. Because Banjo and Kazooie are my all-time favorite video game characters. Like, since I was 8 years old and I played that game for the first time, I love Banjo Kazooie. Like, with my entire heart. All of it.
That is awesome.
I loved how they handled it too.
Yes.
Because it looked for a brief second like they were going to be announcing a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
Yep.
And all of the other rare guys are losing their shit, and then it's the fucking Duck Hunt dog. But wait!
There's more. I was
And fucking the best part is King K. Rool, DK, Diddy Kong. They go ape shit.
Yes.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely go apeshit, and it's fantastic. And I just really love their moveset, or from what I could see of their moveset, I really enjoy, like, so in the trailer, King K. Rool goes through the ground at one point, and then a big old rock falls on him. That's how the first Banjo-Kazooie game ends, with the bad guy falling into the ground exactly like that, with a rock falling on her, and it's fantastic. Like, the attention to detail from the first game was really just spot on. It was really
Also,
good.
the little announcer card. Banjo-Kazooie are raring to go.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Tons.
Yeah.
And
Also, yeah, the Duck Hunt dog though was a really good touch. It was really good.
also,
The dog is nothing if not the OG troll.
right.
Yeah.
Also, I guess
Super cool.
the Dragon Quest heroes are coming as well.
That makes me happy. And I like that it's the broad spectrum of them too. It's not just the Dragon Quest XI hero.
Yeah. It's 6, 7, and 8, I believe, as well.
There's several of them, I think, is the funny thing.
The
Like,
good
I
thing
think,
is
I
they're
think it
making
even
them,
gets some of the small ones in there, which makes me wonder how.
I'm glad they made them Echo Fighters and not like 18 Fire Emblem characters.
Right?
So that makes me happy because Echo Fighters are fine. You can have Echo Fighters be the same exact character. Nobody complains that Simon and Trevor control exactly the same. Nobody cares about that. But everybody bitches that there's 18 different Chroms and they all control the same. Link's Awakening remake coming this year.
So nice. I freaking love the art style.
Yes.
So cute.
And it has a dungeon maker too, which makes me
It has a dungeon maker, which is going to play into the new amiibo.
Can you imagine what Ross from Game Grumps is going to do with that dungeon maker?
We'll see, because it's not quite to the extent of like Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
Which, God, I cannot wait for those Game Grumps episodes. But yeah, we're getting a couple other new amiibos as well, including Incineroar and Dark Samus.
Yay, Incineroar. Cat Daddy. But yeah, coming out this year makes me happy. Cadence of
September
Hyrule.
20th, I believe.
Yes, September 20th. Cadence of Hyrule dropped. Luigi's Mansion 3 is going to have couch co-op.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Gooigi!
Yes.
So cute. It's so cute. I was very excited for that.
And of course, the biggest news of all, Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah. I was gonna hit that one last. But yeah.
I am rapidly running out of time.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2
12:36.
looks spoopy, and I like it. Give me spoops. Daemon X Machina this year, No More Heroes 3.
I was so upset with the No More Heroes 3 because I thought for a split second it was some kind of fucking tokusatsu style game with the Kamen Rider transformation sequence.
Dragon Quest 11 getting launched on September 27th. Witcher 3 coming to Switch, which makes me super, super happy.
Dragon Quest 11 with the symphonic soundtrack.
Yes. Nobody gives a shit about the two bad Resident Evils coming. New Contra game coming in September. Panzer Dragoon coming out. Freaking strategy RPG goddamn Dark Crystal. The hell? And then, like we said, second Dentetsu. God damn it. Seiken Den.
Trials of Mana.
Yeah,
We'll just call it that.
Trying not to, because you
I
grump at me
know.
for using English titles. Yeah, it's coming. It's never been released, and it makes me super happy.
Never been officially released. There have been emulators over the years,
Yeah,
but
that's how I
as
feel.
always, please support the official release.
Yes. All right, so cool. That is awesome. I will probably buy it twice. I will probably buy the first one and the OG one, and then the re-release for it. Yes, the movie Dark Crystal. Netflix is making games now. I'm scared and excited. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm not going to do the entire thing, and not much has changed in the movie draft. So if you want to support everything that we do, go over to patreon.com/geekio, geek-io.net/discord, where you can chat with us anytime, day or night. We had a really cool Exploding Dice happen this week, and GLS is back after a 2-week hiatus because Dale works a lot. It's really cool. Dale talks about the Australian elections, which still confuse me. But yeah, stuff happens on EXD that you should go listen to. It's real important.
Does he talk about, is it ranked choice? Is that what they do?
Yes.
That's what we have in Maine.
Nifty.
We voted ranked choice in, and it actually got a senator in during the last election that almost lost, and I was very happy he did not.
All right, and we're going to do show titles really quick. Carrie, go.
Wait a second. I just closed the freaking chat. Colon Legion, Horticultural Rhinoceros, Old Woman and Two Floridians, Working on It, Shaw All the Time, The Main Attraction, In the Winterish, Birthday Off, Birthday Oofs, I'm Very Attractive to Bugs, Maybe I'm a Bug, Racist Against Chocolates, Diamonds, Punch Uncle, Just a Small Pasture, Weird Blue Mad Cats, Fruit Ninja with a Plot, and Different Kind of Clipping.
All right, guys. We're gonna get the titles voted on here, but nevertheless, we love you. Be good to one another. We will see you guys right back here next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be amazing. Good night.
You have been listening to a Geek IO Media Network LLC production. Would you like to convert that to pounds? Copyright 2019.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
And as always, after post show. Ha!
Indeed.